Hi. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Oh my god. When last did I do this? Like, it's been long. I know, right? Adulthood is a scam. Can I just put that out there? Trying to live, trying to earn, and trying to have a life. It's really, really difficult. I tell you, I'm not just joking. Like, that's what I'm going through right now. And what I need to unwind and come to my safe space, which is here on the podcast, to let's just relax and have fun today. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about K-pop and cultural appropriation. Yeah, you heard me right. I'm very sure someone said K-pop and cultural appropriation. See, when you talk about K-pop and cultural appropriation, they're like 5 and 6. Like, when I see them do things now in K-pop industry and people call them out like for cultural appropriation, I'm like, I'm not surprised again, because they do it, we call them out, they apologize, they do it again, we call them out, they apologize. Okay, I'm like, okay, don't you learn? Don't you learn from your mistakes? Like, why are you doing this over and over and over and over again? Don't you get tired of this? I just look at that. See, they will never learn sometimes, or maybe they want to, or they keep doing it on purpose to create hype around their idols or the company itself. Like, I don't know about them, but I know they do it a lot. So, cultural appropriation. First of all, what is even cultural appropriation? Because when I was about to start this discussion, I was like, okay, this topic is a very sensitive topic. Like, the K-pop industry has really stepped on the toes of a lot of culture, a lot of people, a lot of races, because of this particular issue. Then I went to check the dictionary, like, okay, what is cultural appropriation? Then I saw cultural appropriation is the use of elements of a culture. Maybe you adopted the culture or used the culture, but you don't have proper understanding of it. You don't have proper understanding of that culture. You do not even respect the elements of that culture you are using. That is what we term as cultural appropriation. So when I see things like you using the symbol of another religion in your music video, then I say, okay, that is really insensitive of you to do. Like, don't you learn? Don't you study it? Like, these things are very simple for you. You just need to learn, research, and you should do some things. Well, if you really want to know, you would know. That's why I said at the beginning of the podcast that I feel like some of these people in the K-pop industry do it on purpose. They are not ignorant to cultural appropriation, to the cultures of various people and elements. They know what they are doing. But another thing I wanted to discuss, that I really want to pinpoint on this episode for today, is cultural appreciation and cultural appropriation, which we will still get to during the course of the discussion for today. But first off, let's still talk about cultural appropriation in the K-pop industries. I feel like there are still some people that need to be culturally sensitized in the industry. I'm not talking about those that knowingly do the things they do because they want to create hype around themselves or hype around what they are trying to distribute at the particular time. But there are some people that really do not know about some cultural elements of some people, and they just do it ignorantly. I believe we as fans have a role to play in that. So when you see someone that does things unknowingly, the intention matters a lot. Like, you see them, I feel we as fans have the responsibility to call them respectfully and just tell them okay, this thing is from this particular culture and this is what it symbolizes. You cannot use this and this and this in your music video, or you just say it as words. Like, you enrich them, you enlighten them on the importance and the sensitivity of that culture. It's like telling me I'm a Nigerian girl, then I'm a Yoruba babe. So we have this culture, this Oshoshobo shrine in Nigeria. The Yoruba culture is is a UNESCO cultural heritage right now. So assuming someone picking that, doing a music, you can't even do a music video there because they won't even grant you access to do it there. Like, using such a symbolic cultural piece like that in a derogatory way or use it in a way that is not right, that is cultural appropriation. That is a disrespect. And I believe cultural appropriation comes with disrespect. If you do not understand the elements of that culture and you use it in a way that it's not right, you are disrespecting that culture, which can cause a lot of backlash for you. This is why you see a lot of K-pop idols being the victim of a backlash from various races, various cultures, and still some of them do not learn. They keep repeating the same mistake over and over and over again. We are not a goat, sorry to say. Are you stubborn? Why must you do that all the time? And another thing is education and awareness. I think that goes in line with cultural sensitivity. You make them aware of things like this, then you educate them if they really want to learn. Like, okay, this is what you can do and this is what you cannot do. Like, it's essential for fans, the artists, and even the industry they should be aware of the importance of appropriation. You don't just appropriate and go scot-free. You collect. There's no way. You will be stained, knowingly and unknowingly. You will get stained in one way or the other. You get a backlash for it. And I believe that South Koreans are really how do I say this? South Koreans are people that really take cultural exchange. They really understand the meaning of cultural exchange to an extent, because cultural exchange, when people from other cultures take from your culture and you share it with them. I believe that is what K-pop, K-dramas and the K-content are doing right now, and the South Korean government is doing at the moment. They are trying to create an awareness of the Korean culture and sharing it with the outside world. That is what they are doing at the moment, and I believe it's something really great and nice to see from them. But when it comes to cultural appropriation, it is a different ball game from cultural exchange. Cultural exchange is in the positive way. It can be good. It can create awareness, positive awareness. But cultural appropriation does not create positive awareness. It brings negativity, negative brand representation to the person. Now, I said we'll be talking about cultural exchange and cultural appropriation. So when I was going through my through the discussion for today, I was like, okay, when I saw cultural appropriation and cultural exchange or cultural appreciation, I'm using the term cultural exchange and cultural appreciation as the same thing. Then I saw that, okay, when you appreciate the culture, you take the elements of that culture and you use it in a positive and enriching manner. However, when we talk about the elements of a culture taken without proper understanding, that is when we talk about appropriation. But there are some instances in the K-pop industry or the K-pop world that you use, even in K-drama too, that you take elements of a culture that you do not fully understand and you just propagate it in a way that you feel is right for you. Okay, when we bring it out to, let me show you a perfect example of cultural appreciation or cultural exchange in K-dramas. The new Strong Girl Namsoon that is going on right now on the K-drama that is airing right now. They presented Mongolia, a country. They showed the representation of that country so well. There was a cultural exchange there, and the cultural exchange of that culture and the South Korean culture, that is an exchange. It was not appropriated in a bad way. That is exchange. But when you now bring elements of other cultures that you do not understand into a K-drama and you rubbish that, you don't do things like that. That is appropriation. You are disrespectful to that culture. But taking it from this angle, there was a particular incident. Let's have this discussion. This is on cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation or exchange. There was a particular incident where a particular K-pop idol had braids in her hair. Then another person had braids in her hair too. Then there was an outcry that, cultural appropriation. Then I came back to myself like, okay, what exactly about braid is cultural appropriation? It is a style. Because when K-pop idols do their things, from their choreographies to their style to everything about them, they incorporate different cultures. Their choreographies now have more of Afrobeat, Afro pop, Afro dance, or a lot of them incorporate a lot of those dance steps in their choreography. That is cultural appreciation. They don't claim it for themselves. So when we talk about hairstyle, using braids in your hair as an Asian doesn't mean you're culturally appropriating the black culture. I need to understand that part, because to me, I don't feel it is. Then another one is using durag. Someone used a K-pop idol again used durag during his live videos. So he got it as a present from a fan, and he used it as a durag. He used it on his head. And then people started calling him out for cultural appropriation. I was appropriating the black culture very bad. Then I thought again, okay, what about it is appropriating? I really do not understand. You see, the thing about cultural exchange and cultural appreciation is that if the South Korean government was so guarded about their culture, I don't think K-pop, K-drama, and K-culture will be so enriching and so open to the outside world today. So, to me, I feel this, to some extent, people should learn to be free with their culture. As long as someone is not disrespecting that culture, as long as someone is not being rude to that culture, then I feel it is something you can exchange. You can exchange your culture, you can exchange your thoughts, you can exchange your styles, you can exchange your artistic influence. That is what I feel. Please, guys, this is what I just have. This is my thought on the whole cultural appropriation and cultural exchange. And I'm not saying that people are not misusing it. Yeah, there are some people in the K-pop industry that don't learn. They keep using this culture in the wrong way. But there are some people that really use it as a form of exchange, as a form of appreciation. So I believe there's a distinction between the two. There's a difference between the two. So guys, for the braids and durag, please let me know your thoughts. I need to know what people think about this. This is just a little discussion I have for you today. Yeah. So I just said I'm going to talk and go back to watch my K-dramas. Yeah, I'm watching K-drama presently. Let me go and watch my K-drama and be done with it. So let me tell you the next episode of the podcast. Bye for now.